The Drakthar prided themselves on their impartiality. They were scientists, observers, chroniclers of the universe. Across millennia, their species had transcended the need for war, emotion, or even ambition. They existed to collect data on lesser species, recording their rise and inevitable fall. It was their purpose, their duty. Humans were no different in their eyes. From their orbital cloaks surrounding Earth, the Drakthar watched, recording and classifying humanity's every behavior. They noted the wars, the celebrations, the strange rituals involving burning leaves for flavor. To them, humans were an anomaly, technologically primitive, emotionally volatile, and physically unimpressive, yet somehow stubbornly tenacious. Still, the Drakthar had seen countless species like them before. Inevitably, such creatures would burn themselves out, whether through war, environmental collapse, or sheer stupidity. Humanity, they assumed, was on the same trajectory. Then, everything changed. It started with a message. The Drakthar intercepted it first, a pulse of energy from the depths of interstellar space, aimed directly at Earth. It was a language humanity had not yet deciphered, but the Drakthar understood it instantly. The message was a warning. No, a declaration. The Rauthak, a brutal expansionist species, were coming. They were a galactic plague, consuming resources and enslaving populations wherever they went. The Drakthar had encountered them before and narrowly avoided extinction through superior cloaking and retreat. The humans, with their fragile bodies and primitive weaponry, stood no chance. The Drakthar debated whether to intervene. As observers, they were forbidden from interfering, no matter how dire the circumstances, and so they watched. The Drakthar expected chaos, panic, screaming mobs tearing each other apart in desperation. Instead, they saw something far stranger. It began in the cities. Humans poured into the streets, not in frenzied panic, but with purpose. Roads became rivers of bicycles, cars, and people on foot, all flowing in the same direction. From their orbital vantage point, the Drakthar saw entire regions mobilizing, their movements synchronized like the cells of a living organism. The humans were running. At first, the Drakthar assumed they were fleeing the cities, seeking shelter in caves or mountains, but the humans weren't dispersing. They were converging. On every continent, millions of them streamed toward massive assembly points, factories, military bases, and even empty fields where temporary structures sprang up like mushrooms after rain. "What is this?" murmured Overseer Carathan, his translucent face twisting in confusion. "Are they preparing?" The Drakthar couldn't believe what they were seeing. The humans weren't retreating from their impending doom. They were uniting against it. Factories that had once produced cars now churned out tanks and spacecraft. Scientists who had spent their lives studying abstract theories were suddenly collaborating on massive engineering projects. Farmers worked day and night to ensure no one went hungry. Soldiers trained civilians, and civilians joined the fight. From space, the planet pulsed with activity. Vast supply chains stretched across oceans and continents, delivering weapons, food, and hope. And still, the humans kept running, running to build, to prepare, to fight. The Drakthar had never seen anything like it. "They are a fractured species," said observer Thalvax, his voice tinged with disbelief. "Divided by nations, cultures, and languages. How are they coordinating?" Carathan leaned closer to the display, his glowing eyes narrowing. "It is their nature. They thrive under pressure. When pushed to the brink, they do not collapse. They run." The Rothak fleet arrived in the outer solar system, a massive armada of black angular ships bristling with weapons. They were a species of predators, their technology designed for domination and slaughter. Against such a force, even the Drakthar would have hesitated to fight. The humans didn't hesitate. The first wave of human ships launched from Earth like arrows, crude and unrefined compared to the sleek Rauthak vessels. The Drakthar winced, expecting them to be annihilated within seconds. Instead, the humans used tactics that defied logic. Their ships didn't move in predictable formations. They darted and weaved like hornets, forcing the Rauthak to waste precious energy on missed shots. When the human ships were destroyed, they exploded with such force that the shockwaves tore through enemy ranks. It was a strategy born of desperation, and it worked. On Earth, the running continued. Factories churned day and night, producing weapons and equipment faster than the Drakthar thought possible. Civilians dug trenches, built fortifications, and trained alongside soldiers. The planet had become a fortress. The Rauthak responded with overwhelming force, bombarding Earth from orbit. Cities burned, millions died. And still, the humans kept running, evacuating the wounded, reinforcing defenses, and launching counterattacks. The Drakthar watched in horror as the humans pushed themselves to the brink of exhaustion, refusing to give up even as their world burned around them. "They are relentless," Thalvax whispered. "Even in the face of annihilation, they do not stop." The Drakthar had always prided themselves on their neutrality, but something inside them shifted as they watched the humans fight. They had never seen such determination, such unity, in any species. Against all odds, the humans began to turn the tide. Using scavenged Rauthak technology, they developed weapons capable of piercing the enemy's shields. Their tactics grew more sophisticated, their strikes more precise. The Rauthak began to falter. In the final battle, the humans revealed their trump card, a massive, planet-wide network of satellites and ground-based weapons, linked by a communication system the Drakthar hadn't even noticed. It was a weapon born of unity, built by billions of hands working together. When the Rauthak launched their final assault, they were met with a wall of firepower so overwhelming that even their advanced ships couldn't withstand it. The battle ended in a flash of light as the last Rauthak vessel was destroyed. The Drakthar descended to Earth for the first time, their cloaking fields flickering as they revealed themselves to humanity. They came not as conquerors, but as students, humbled by what they had witnessed. "You are unique," Carathan said, his voice trembling. "We thought we understood the laws of survival, but you have shown us something new, something extraordinary." The human commander, battered and bruised but unbroken, smiled grimly. "When the stakes are high enough, we don't run away, we run toward the fight." The Drakthar left Earth, their records forever altered. They had come to observe a doomed species. They left having witnessed the birth of something far greater, a species capable of unity, resilience, and defiance in the face of impossible odds. And as they journeyed back into the void, one thought lingered in their minds. Humanity didn't just survive, humanity ran and changed the universe forever. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the stars and into the heart of humanity's resilience. Stories like this remind us of the power of unity, courage, and determination, and I hope it inspired you as much as it inspired us to share it with you. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the story. It's a simple way to show your support and help us create even more exciting content like this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you'll join a growing community of sci-fi enthusiasts and be the first to experience new adventures as soon as they're released. And we'd love to hear from you. What was your favorite part of the story? Do you think humanity has what it takes to unite like this in the face of a real threat? Let us know in the comments below. We read every one of them. Your support makes all of this possible, so thank you for being a part of this journey. Stay curious, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next adventure.